Firefighter Simulator, the squad. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. Firefighting Simulator lets you experience what it means to fight fires up close as an active part of a major US city's firefighting crew, together with up to 3 friends in co-op multiplayer or in the single player mode. Before we start, guys, a big thanks to the developers or the publishers who sent me 4 keys for this so that I could fully test this out in multiplayer. £20 a key, guys. Huge thanks for them. By the way, this is very positive on Steam with 933 reviews, guys. This is why I had an interest in checking it out, because it looks pretty good. This 4-player co-op, also single player, firefighting. Hey, what could go wrong? So let's start with the graphical options, guys. There's a few things you can tweak and turn and twiddle with. I was actually, I'm running a 2080 and a 99 processor, and I had to turn it down from the top ultra settings. I was getting lots of pop-in and some horrendous frame drops when driving the fire truck. So yeah, it's not the best optimized. The graphics aren't next gen either, which is a bit odd that it's so badly optimized when you're actually driving. I mean, I wasn't getting massive amounts of frame drops, but I got enough to warrant turning the actual graphical options down. Now, my first gripe with this game, and there'll be quite a few gripes, is that you aren't in a fire station where calls come in and you don't know what you're up against, and you just slide down the old pole there, get into your fire truck, and you're briefed on the way. You select the fire that you want to go to from a map that looks like it's covered in padlocks, and that's because most of the fires are hidden behind XP walls. Yes, you get XP, guys, and once you get a certain level you can unlock new fires and also new fire trucks. You don't even get access to all the fire trucks at the beginning, which means it's a bit of a grind. Not good. Missed opportunity there, especially considering this is a simulator. So you look around the map, you decide which fire you're going to, then you're greeted with the old loading screens, and then you are in a station and you're pulling out the stations. You put your siren on so the traffic will get out the way. There's usually another truck accompanying you, and you follow the little blue line on your sat nav towards the fire. Now, guys, this is a firefighting simulator. Some missions are literally 5 minutes of driving away. 5 minutes, guys. And that's with your foot down. It's just crazy. I mean, that's too much. I think there's wheel support. Granted, there's wheel. Although, why would you want wheel support with this? Because you don't want a wheel sitting on your desk. Because obviously, when you get to the fire, you're going to need your hands on your keyboards and that. Unless you're playing with a controller, I guess. There is that. But far too much driving in this game. I think it's quite funny that this actually has wheel support, but Need for Speed Remastered doesn't. Oh, you gotta love it. And can I just say, as you see and hear in the footage, it took us, I think, 5 or 6 minutes to get to this fire. When we got there, it was a dumpster fire, and I put the fire out in 50 seconds. So 5 minutes driving for a 50-second. I mean, what? Get out of town. Are you serious? The hell, man. That's not fun, guys. And you know what else is not fun, guys? I'll tell you what else is not fun. X-ray vision. You see, when you get to a house fire, the first thing you have to do is rescue the people that are in there, that are trapped, they're unconscious on the floor. And half of the fun would be battering down doors, checking out rooms to see if there's anybody in there. But the game tells you exactly where they are, with a fucking X-ray vision icon. Why? Why ruin it? What the guys? X-ray vision. X-ray vision. X. I said that's not fun. Bam. You need X-rays. Bam. I want you with an X-ray vision. X-ray vision. X. I said that's not fun. Not very good. X-rays. It's not a good game. Now, some bodies are just lying there burning in a room, but when you go in and pick them up, it's like, yeah, they're fine, they're just unconscious, they'll be fine. Even though they're in a t-shirt in a room with like 1,000 degrees C, they're fine. Yeah. And if you don't get them all out in a certain amount of time, the mission ends. Why? Why? See, I don't know. I just disagree with the way they've done this. I really do. But guys, my biggest gripe, my absolutely fucking huge gripe Oh, why, guys? Why? Why? Tell me why. I sat there and told my AI firefighters to do nothing. Which, to be fair, isn't hard in this game because they'll do all anyway unless you tell them to. They'll happily turn up at a fire and just stand there like planks of wood doing nothing at all while the house burns. But anyway, I told them to do nothing, and I just stood and watched this house. It was a 2-story house, and there was no fire at all on the roof of the house. It hadn't spread that far yet. Inside the house, the stairs wasn't engulfed yet, and there was about 3 rooms ablaze, but not every room was ablaze. And I stood for a full hour, guys, monitoring the spread of the fire, the structural integrity of the house, just to see what would happen. And I beg to report, guys, that after 1 hour, every single room of the house, including the stairways, had caught fire, which is good, but that was it. It hadn't got to the roof. The roof never caught fire. There was literally nothing wrong with the structural integrity of the house. The house would have been a pile of char after an hour with the ferocity of this fire that was bosoming in this house. It just, there's no way. And that's a big problem, because that means, guys, that means that when you enter a house, you're in pretty much zero danger, because you regen health instantly, pretty much. You walk into the fire, you'll make noises like a Mexican bullfighter. You know, hey, 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 hey. I'm sorry, we had fun with that in the stream last night. And then as you walk out of the fire, your health bar just zooms back up. No danger at all, and if you do die, you get rezzed instantly. There's no fear that the ceiling's going to come down on you, because that's not going to happen, because the structure of the house is, that's it. It's not going to happen. When you pull up at the house, if there's no flames coming through the ceiling of the roof, if the roof isn't on fire, it's never going to get on fire either, so there's nothing to worry. So can you see the whole reason this game is fundamentally flawed as a firefighting simulator? The fire should spread everywhere. The beams on the ceiling should collapse. The roof should fall down. You should know that when you are entering that house, you've got time, limited time, to get that fire under control, or all bloody hell's going to break loose. And you don't have that. You literally have no fear. We were doing this time and time again last night with zero fear whatsoever. I mean, very rarely something like a ceiling will collapse or a chimney breast will collapse, but it's not due to the ferocity of the fire with structural integrity. These are scripted events that happen as soon as you walk into the house, and they happen twice in 4 hours of playing. That's not good. And that's why this game is flawed, and it sucks that you can't have that. You have backdrafts, yes, which are fantastic. You'll hear the noise. They are so kind of scary, the backdraft, because you'll just hear them behind a door. And if you look at the bottom of the door, you can see singeing or smoke sometimes. And when you open that door, you've got a second to get out of the way before it just blows through. And yeah, you'll be killed if you're in the way. It happened to me once. I got killed by opening a door without actually checking. So I love the backdrafts. I love the fire. I love the whole concept of the game. It's really, really good. The whole idea that 4 of you in co-op can fly down a highway in a fire engine, go into a potentially big fire, running in, getting all the hoses connected up, going into the fire and sorting it out and rescuing people. It appeals to me. It's just the way this game does it is just a big, big shame for me. It takes away the whole point in playing it, to be honest with you. And why the houses don't burn down is beyond me. It's like having a football game without goals. I mean, what the hell? The whole point of putting a fire out is to stop the building collapsing and burning. If the building can't do that, even if you just stand there with your fucking marshmallows, you know, what's the point? I mean, it does so much else right as well. I mean, when you pull up at a fire for the first time, you have to connect a supply hose from the fire truck to the fire hydrant to supply the fire truck with water. You then have to take all the taps off the side of the truck, connect fire hoses up, Then you've got to get a nozzle out of the nozzle compartment, connect that to the hose. You've also got other compartments with axes, with crowbars, with circular saws. Some fire trucks have the ladders and you can fully operate all that to attack the fire from above if you have like a roof fire. There's a lot right with this game, but it just seems so crazy that they've got the fundamental thing, the fire thing, all wrong. There's not even any steam when you're firing the hose into the fire, and the fire doesn't really react to the water either. It's just a shame. It looked so much better than this, and I was really excited to play it. But after playing it for 8 hours now, nah, it's just flawed, unfortunately. Big shame, guys. I might as well mention the AI for those who are going to purchase this to play in single player. The AI, yeah, you can do it with the AI. The controls aren't the best, but you can put out fires with the AI. Although not if you're doing a foam fire like at a dumpster or something like that. They'll just stand there and will not attack the fire at all with their little fire extinguishers. You have to do it all. So the AI is a bit broken as well, guys. What a shame. What a shame. So there you go, guys. Firefighting Simulator, the Squad. In this state, it's not worth buying.